Notes from the Upper West Side, a novel by Dan Wrench.
Chapter 131. A Shiny Bright Lie. Junior thought we should do the cancel thing on the old subscription, but I liked telling my chums I still got home delivery of the Times. And once a month or so, on a Sunday, I got the urge to do the big crossword puzzle, and sometimes I even finished almost half of it. Sitting there thinking about the paper, that's when drug-induced mental relaxation allowed me to glimpse a shiny bright lie to cover the preceding night's eventoids. It was more than a glimpse. It was a 1,000 square foot, fully furnished epiphany. Suddenly, sitting there on the sofa and staring across the room at the homepage of Weatherby.com, it all came clear. It obliterated my desire to browse HuffPo. It drowned out the sound of Junior marshalling the boys in their bedroom. The outline of this lie was so simple I could have explained it to Sammy while he was coloring with virtual crayons in that online coloring book. This was my plan. I would go back to Whispers tonight and say I was not offended by anything anyone had said to me about the metal finger the night before. I would say that, hey, the joke was on me, and I knew it from the start. Did that make me a circus clown? So be it. Circus clowns are not so bad in this day and age. They probably get circus clown groupies. That was the ticket. I sat forward on the sofa. I was having a joke on myself because that's who I am. I'm not one of those assholes who takes life too seriously. Life is short. Let's have fun. I stood up. Ha ha! I said out loud. Junior rounded the corner on her way through the living room area and heard the jubilant yawp. "You're in a good mood," she said and disappeared into our bedroom. I was in a good mood. How could I not be? I'm funny. I'm hip. I'm Paul. But I had some damage control to do. When I ran out of the tobacco factory the night before, it was pretty obvious my colleagues were surprised by my depressed, if not suicidal, reaction. Damn, they'd all expected me to be a good sport, and I was a whiny little wimp instead. I should have face-planted onto one of the factory tabletops and gig-cackled. What was I thinking? Good sports get good head. Like I said, I had damage control to do. I knew that. I had to go back there and act all surprised they thought I was hurt. So here's what really happened on the previous night, revision 1. I knew I had this goofy modeling job. I knew the product with my photo on it was coming out that night. I thought it would be fun if the whole gang had a laugh at my expense because I'm hip and funny and don't take setbacks seriously because fuck it, life's too short. Then on my way back from the drugstore with the mirror trims, I saw a bunch of people standing around on the sidewalk outside Whispers and listening to an old-style radio and sobbing. Okay. So I went over to these people and I asked them why they were so distraught, and they said the president of Spain was fighting for his life against some rare Spain disease. And when I heard that, I got all depressed about it because, damn, it's the good old president of Spain. So I was angry and distracted when I went back into the tobacco factory to show the packaging with my photo on it. Seemed like a plan. I turned it over in my head. I'm guessing you already know this, but it took me a good 10 seconds to realize it was maybe the stupidest idea ever concocted by anyone. The president of Spain? It was like the excuse a sitcom character might make up. Back to the drawing board. Here's what really happened on the previous night. Revision 2. I was on my way back to the factory from the drugstore with the mirror trims. I was right outside the door to Whispers when Junior rang me up with an emergency. Yeah, some Junior-esque emergency. I didn't know what it would be right that second on my sofa in the midst of ginning up what really happened the night before, but it would definitely center around affairs in Junior World. In this revision of my excuse, I went back into Whisper's shop and played the joke on myself, and right away had to leave to take care of the Junior emergency. Yeah, I left coincidentally right when they were mocking me. I left because I had to leave, like a comic who's heckled right at the end of his set. He's done. He was going to exit anyway, but the audience thinks he was heckled off because they don't know the set is over. And they think he's sad because he was heckled, and he's sensitive, when in reality he's just miserable because he's living the yuck life of a comic, sleeping in his parents' cellar in Queens. Yeah, it had the shininess of brilliance.
Notes from the Upper West Side is a work of fiction. The people depicted in this work do not exist.
Notes from the Upper West Side. Copyright 2024 by Dan Wrench.